Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto, after being neglected, was taken from his world, and it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Meta What If channel as well. And one more thing, it's a little bit of darkish story, somewhat. I'm gonna try my best to keep that to a bare minimum, but it will be a little bit darkish story at the beginning, so yeah, heads up. Anyways, moving onwards, most of you guys are quite mad at me for not making your ideas because I said I have been putting them off. Most of the guys' idea. One of the guys was new subscriber, and thank you for joining the family. It's just that currently I'm obsessed with trying to spice things up, quote unquote, as I would like to say, and experimenting. I mean, yesterday was pretty much obvious. I was experimenting with trying a different and simpler thumbnail, which didn't work. And yeah, the story premise was quite simple, and yet at the same time, to me at least, it was quite interesting because I haven't tried making simple stories. I have realized that in my, you know, all years on YouTube, for the huge chunk of it, I have made quite exotic ideas, weird ideas, and even some funny ones and creepy ones. But this, I mean, simpler story, revolving around simpler Naruto's plot, that is something I haven't done. So I wanted to experiment with that. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind and enjoy it, guys, while it lasts. Anyways, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, after the QB attack. As we go towards the Hokage office, where we see Minato no Mikaze was seated with an IV drip. He was looking weakened, like his life force alongside with his weight has been dropped extremely. And right next to him was Kushina Uzumaki, seated on a wheelchair as well, with IV drips and whatnot, and holding on to her two children, one with the blonde hair and the other one with the red. One daughter, one son. That is what I have decided, said Minato, after finishing his speech to the residents who were present there. Hiruzen Sarutobi was one of them, and the other one was Kakashi, and the last one, aside from them all, was Jiraiya. I hope you know what you're doing, kid. Yes, Sensei. We need your help with that. We want you to keep us hidden from the world, from Konoha, from everyone else. We need to prepare Mito for the future, because she is going to be the child of prophecy. I've sealed all the chakra within her, of the QB, and put restraints on the QB soul within Naruto. Additional ones, aside from the Yami seal, a modified version of the Reaper Death seal that I used. It still consumed a lot of your life force, Minato. Yes, I know. And that is why I hope to make sure the remaining years that I have make count. I want Naruto to remain here and to be introduced to the village as the Jinchuriki. Are you sure about that? The destruction that has been caused by the Biju is more than enough, and the people wouldn't care. No matter how much you try to calm down, they wouldn't care, Minato. They are out for their blood. You saw the look in their eyes. Many of the loved ones of theirs have died, kids, even. I know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna sacrifice both of my children. For the sake of one, that is important. If the other needs arrive, then I have to do it. Kushina agrees with me. And besides, Naruto, he will be tough. I know that for sure. He will be able to endure. He has to be the scapegoat for the sake of his sister, to keep her hidden. I don't like this, Minato, but as Minato said, he is right, said Kushina. We have to do this, even if we don't like it. As Jiraiya then said, with a solemn expression, are you sure about this, Kushina? Minato, this is quite disastrous what you're saying. Your family could be destroyed. It already is. It already is, Sensei. I have to make sure that both of them are prepared when the time is right. But right now, Mito is the prime objective of ours. Preparing her And when the time is right, both of the siblings will unite. And at that time, people will forgive Naruto and they will praise Mito. What about Naruto then? Asked Ryuzen. Why would he like to be thrown into the fire? Don't you think that he has any say in this? Unfortunately, due to the circumstances, I don't think he has any. It is his will to bear this burden. Unfortunately. There's no point in arguing, Sensei. The kid has made up his mind, and so has Kushina. Unfortunately, yes, you're right, Jiraiya. As after that we see, time passed, as Minato, Kushina, alongside with Mito were moved, and Hiruzen was forced to reveal to the whole Konoha that Naruto Uzumaki was the Jinchuriki of Kyuubi no Yoko. And as expected, the reaction was worse than ever. People wanted his blood. People wanted him to be tormented. But Hiruzen looked at them directly into the eyes, releasing his killer intent, and asked only one question. Are you all insane? Can't you see that he is a child, an infant one? Do you want an infant child to suffer for something that a huge mountain worth of a Biju did? But he bears a human skin. He is the son of Minato and Kushina. Don't you have any trust in them? We do trust them, but they have left him behind. Once they left. That is because he possessed the soul, isn't it? Meaning that they don't trust the seal in which the soul is contained. How did you get to that conclusion, civilian son? It's obvious. They have left him behind. They have left him behind because they know that the soul and the chakra, if allowed to race together, could cause complications, and the Biju could reform, killing the both kids. You can't kill him. If he dies, the Biju will be freed. This is a prototype seal that Minato used, a big gamble that he took, sacrificing a few years of his life alongside with Kushina's, barely surviving. What do you think will happen? If the kid dies and the soul of the Biju breaks free, the other child will also die as the chakra will reform, and then the Biju will finish what it started. Does the esteemed council of Konoha wants that to happen to it? I mean, it will be a fair fight in a few years when the Biju reforms. As everyone was now silent, because they knew Ryuzen has spoken the truth, the cold hard fact that they did not want it to face. But we will not accept him as ours. I agree to those terms. And so now we see, time began to pass by. As 5 years went by, the child was kicked out of the orphanage and was moved at the age of 4 into an apartment, a single room apartment, which he almost got hurt multiple times living in because he was a young child. And then there was the treatment of the people. He was considered a para. Nobody liked him. Nobody. He was not even allowed to enter the play area. Not a single child got close to him. Why? Because they thought that he was something that was disgusting. Something that was a monster wearing a human skin, and someone who should not be touched. He's not pure. Disgusting creature, as the people would call him. Demon, even. The child would cry while being inside his own apartment at the age of 5. Traumatized by the words. He would not be allowed any fresh food. Only the expired one, and even overcharged at best. The child at first didn't know that any better, and would pay. But in the end, when he would have to starve, he would go out and fish for himself. And then, that is how he began to live. Until one day, at the age of 6, the child was resting inside his apartment after celebrating his birthday. Which was supposed to be the most saddest and dangerous day for him, because if he took a step out, he would get hurt badly to the point that he would have to go to the emergency ward of the hospital. As while he was resting, suddenly his windows broke, as something with flames was thrown in there. As Naruto's eyes widened as the flames began to catch up, as the 6-year-old child began to dash towards the outer door. As soon as he arrived there, he tried to open it, but he couldn't. As he heard a laugh from the other side, a muffled one. "You think you can escape, demon? Tonight is the night you die," said a drunken man with a slur in his voice. "Are you sure that Kyuubi will break free after this, We'll face that demon head on then. Right now we need to make it suffer." Suffer, demon, and die. Die knowing that we, the people of Konoha, have finally defeated you. As many cheers were heard, while smoke rose from the ground, the child was suffocating. Naruto begged, but nobody listened. Nobody. And he screamed in agony while the flames consumed everything, including him. And as the time passed, after that incident, nobody came to check on him. The whole building burned down. Ryuzen was informed after he returned from his vacation. Well, he was sent there by the council months later, and he was shocked of what has happened. The remains of child burned down alongside the building. There was nothing they could do, nothing they could find that was left there. And so, Hiruzen after that made an unmarked grave far away from Konoha that people would go and piss on, even, and dishonor it. Continue to mock the child, even in his death. And when the time came, Minato and Kushina returned and revealed everything to them. And the people, they treated Mito Uzumaki Namikaze as an heiress, as a princess, who was their true savior, unlike her brother, who was burnt down, killed, and forgotten. Minato and Kushina didn't seem to care that much because Naruto was a scapegoat, and he took all the heat with him, all the anger of the people with him. As now we see, everyone was peaceful and was enjoying themselves as they were. But some beings were not happy or pleased, as one might say. As now we see, Shinigami, Kami, and Yami were witnessing this, as they were not pleased and stopped the moving images that they were seeing with their hand. I cannot believe this will be the future of the child. He already is suffering. It's a good thing that I was the one who wanted to see what kind of future he holds, since that human, instead of calling you sister, called me, said Yami. And Shinigami and Kami had a stoned expression on their faces. I will not allow them to disrespect my child of prophecy. What time is it now? If this is the future of the child. He has reached the age of 6 and still in his apartment resting. Tonight might be the night when they will attack him. Then we change everything now. His soul without pain will be taken from there. As Naruto's body only remained there while his soul was taken. As now we see the 6-year-old Naruto then appeared there in front of them. The only soul. What is going on? Where am I? Please don't hurt me. I promise I didn't know what I did, but I promise I won't do it anymore. You have traumatized the child way beyond anything, said Kami, looking with sadness in her eyes. This was supposed to be her chosen one, her child of prophecy, chosen for these people who have turned him into this mess, who was traumatized and hurt and harmed. As now we see, Shinigami was displeased, to the point that her sight appeared in her hand and she was ready to go and reap some souls. And as for Yami, the embodiment of revenge, she had cold fury in her eyes. You have done nothing, child, said Kami. It is us who have failed you. You were chosen by me to be the child of prophecy of that world, to be the savior, a hero, and yet all they did is harm you. Disgrace you. Disgrace us. That human swore an oath to me that nothing will happen to them if I do this, and yet it did. Minato and Kushina will pay for this dearly. You on the other side, child, I apologize. Because it was me who made your life living hell. What? Said Naruto, looking with wide eyes. As Kami then said, I have a proposition for you, Naruto. There is a world similar to this, but in that world, you see, you, or your other half, the other Naruto, he died young. The same age as you, but he died due to an attack from Iba. He is currently in a critical condition, but his soul is already here. His life is in a limbo state, or his body is at least. We can send you there. He has parents. Your parents. And they love him. They're currently praying to us, begging us to save their son. As Naruto saw the image, in which Minato and Kushina were laying down next to their child, hands clenched with his head as they were shedding tears that has run down from their face to the mattress in which Naruto was laying on, causing it to be wet as well. Please, Kami-sama, anyone, I beg of you, all the deities, please save my son. Please, I beg of you. As Kushina was a crying mess as well. As Naruto was taken aback by that. That's the fourth Hokage. That is your father. And that is your mother. You mean to say that I had the same parents here? Yes, but they are different. For you see, you had a sibling here, and they mistook her for the child of prophecy and left you here as a scapegoat. As Naruto was shown the same discussion between Minato, Kushina, and Jiraiya, Kakashi, and Hiruzen that was shown in the beginning, as Naruto was left shocked and in tears. As Naruto looked towards this reality and looked towards the other. I know what your heart wants, Naruto. Just say it. I will make it a reality. You have suffered enough, child. I am blessing you with a peaceful life. A peaceful and happy one. As Naruto then smiled and nodded thank you. As in bright light he disappeared or his soul did. And now, into the new reality, we see Naruto begin to wake. Doctor, I need doctors, said Minato, immediately standing up with wide eyes, and doctors came inside to check on Naruto. It's a miracle. We thought that he would not. How is this? It's a miracle, doctor, as you said. My son, as Minato and Kushina sighed, a sigh of relief while shedding tears, because their son was saved and okay now. As Naruto, while still wounded, a little bit in pain, then said, John. Oh, John, it's fine, son. We're here. We're with you. You don't need to worry about anything. We're not going anywhere. As Naruto shedded tears. He did not knew why, but he felt like he longed for them. Because Kami and Yami and Shinigami, they erased the old memories, but something within Naruto's soul wanted to cry because of peacefulness. No need to cry, my son. We're here. We're not going anywhere. Well, back in Konoha, everything began to crumble down. While Naruto was enjoying his new life with his new parents and the new reality, same could not be said for the others. 13 years have passed as Mito stood in front of Kamamaru-sama, the great Toad elder sage, to whom the sage of the sixth path gave the prophecy to, and a way to identify the child of prophecy. As Mito stood proud, with a smirk on her face, and behind her stood Minato and Kushina, a little bit weakened but still standing on their feet, alongside with Jiraiya. This child is not the child of prophecy. Where is he? As Mito then said, it's a she, and there is no he, Toad. You have a mouth on you, girl. But, as I said, you're not the child of prophecy. How can that be true? I possess the Kyuubi's chakra. I am the chosen one. I have been trained by the fourth Hokage, the legendary Sani, and have mastered your Toad Sage mode. What more do you want from me? You don't have the heart or the guts to become this child of prophecy. You never were meant to be that girl. Bring me the real child of prophecy, Jiraiya. Because this is not it. But you said that a child of Minato and Kushina. Yes. A child of theirs was supposed to be the child of prophecy, but this is not it. This one is not the child of prophecy. I'll be resting now. Do not disturb me until you have the real child of prophecy, Jiraiya. And one more thing. The clock is ticking. And the time is running out. I understand. As now we see, the four of them then left. What does that old toad mean that I'm not the child of prophecy? Mother, father, and you, Jiraiya. He told me that I was the chosen one. I had to put in the training, all the hard work that I did. All for what? To be told that I'm not the chosen one by some ragged old toad who smoke opiums and sit on his ass all day? Mito, calm down. You know who you're speaking about? That is the great toad Elder Sage. If other toads heard about this, you'll be kicked out. I have heard this, Jiraiya. Let's come up with alright, you girl. I thought at first you were a little bit sassy, but that is all there is to it. But you are downright disrespectful, and that is not tolerated here in our clan. If you can't respect your elder, then you are certainly not the chosen one, and we the toads won't back you up. Fine, I don't need your help. That from this day onwards, you are banished from the Toad clan. We will no longer be your summon or heed your summon call. And you're forbidden, as a few hand seals were made by Gamabunta, to use the sage mode of the toads. Now get out of my sight. Bunta, please, you can't do this. I did, as the chief toad. And trust me when I say this, Jiraiya. If Pa and Ma find out about this, they would kick the two of you, both Minato and you, out as well, for this disrespect. We have been by your side since how long? You should be the one telling her to stop, and yet you're the one she is discussing with such words. You should have put her down where she stands because of this disrespect, Jiraiya. I apologize. She's young, as you say, but she is disrespectful, and that is not tolerated. Now leave. I don't wish to speak on this matter anymore. Yes, Bunta, we will leave. As after that we see, all four of them arrived back to their apartment that they were living in, near Konoha in a small village. I can't believe this. All my life I put in the work, trained, and almost broke a lot of my bones. And now for what? For that old opium-drinking toad to just say that I'm not the one? Who is it then? My deadbeat brother who died in a fire? In his sleep? I think Naruto was the one. We have to do something. We have to correct this, but how? There is a way, Minato. There is a way. How? Which one? We can use the Edo Tensei. Naruto would be undead, but he would be still here. And if trained properly, him even at that younger state of body would be able to use the techniques and chakra, and then he will be able to fulfill the prophecy, and then when it's done, he will be allowed to rest again. That is a great idea. That is something that we can do. As Kushina then said, are you sure that this would work? What do you mean, Kushina? I mean, Uzumaki's had a rule that the dead should be laid to rest and not be awakened. I think we should. Mother, please shut up for a moment and let father speak. This has a lot of potential. I can take this stake and claim of his, well, doings. And I will be the hero in the eyes of everyone while he does the work. That is perfect, father. That is not what I meant, Mito. This is perfect. We're going with this plan. How can we use this Edo Tensei, Jiraiya? We have to return back to inform the sensei of mine first, and then we will see where this goes from there. And so all of them arrived back to Konoha and went straight towards Hiruzen's office. After standing there for a bit, Hiruzen then asked, why are you all back so suddenly? I thought you will be taking your time. That is what we were going to do until we found out something. What? Mito was not the child of prophecy. But what? Then who is? It was Naruto. As Hiruzen stood up, what? Yes, Sensei. It was Naruto. Always happened. Did you mean to say that the child that died that night on the fire was the child of prophecy? And the prophecy stated that he would be the one to save us from a great calamity. What are we gonna do, Jiraiya? Edo Tensei. That is the only way. Edo Tensei, are you insane? Second Hokage might have made the technique, but he told me to never use it. It's dangerous. Dangerous way beyond anything. We need that scroll. That is the only way. Yes, old man, we need that scroll. Can't you see that we're in a hurry right now? Said Mito. It seemed that you were able to teach her a lot of things except for manners, Minato. Kushina. She is best as she is. And she is right. We need that scroll, Hiroshima. Please. Fine. You're the Kage. I'm just here to take your seat for the time being. Here you go. As Minato opened that scroll and was shocked. Is this a joke? I'm sorry, what? I don't understand. This is the real scroll, Minato. Not a single thing is written down here. What? Impossible. I have read each and every scroll here in the library over the course of my regime, and I have read this scroll. This is the Edo Tensei scroll. It does say it, but it's empty. You think it could have been replaced? No, this is the original one. Look, even Tobirama-sama's signature is down here. A small signature, almost when squinting the eyes, could be seen like a signature, was shown there. Then where is the jutsu? Oh my god. Someone has erased it. Sensei, do you know who did this? Did you? Why would I do this, Jiraiya? Sensei wanted it to be kept hidden. He was a genius and a wind master. I think he might have been the one who might have done this. Great. Now what are we gonna do? The Uzumaki masks. The Shinto masks. We can use them. Summon the Shinigami in exchange a soul for Naruto's. Or we can make a bargain. But first we must hunt down Orochimaru. What are you planning, Minato? Something that needs to be done, he said with a smirk. As now we see, Orochimaru was hunted down and brought. As on the other side, Anbu brought in the Shinto mask of the Uzumakis. And it was placed on the face of, well, Orochimaru. As the Shinigami spirit was seen within it, standing in front. Speak. We want the soul of Naruto Uzumaki back, in exchange for Orochimaru's. There is no soul, now of Naruto Uzumaki, within my domain. Impossible. He died in a fire a few years ago. You must have it. I don't. And I do not answer to you like this, mortal. Be very careful and mindful of what you say. We have used your mask. As Shinigami then tapped on the mask, causing it to shatter, and Orochimaru was in agony because of the touch that was so cold that his face from that side, where the fingernail touched, went complete numb and was burning from within. What is this? That is the touch of the Shinigami. Now, be very mindful and do not contact me. Wait! We need to know. What do you mean by that? We are trying to protect the elemental nation. Can't you see we're trying to fulfill the prophecy that you gave us through Sage? The prophecy has been voided. From the day that the child of prophecy died, Minato Namikaze. It has been voided. We no longer care for you or your people. You are destined to be doomed. We have agreed to that. What? What do you mean by that? I'll humor you. Me, Kami, and Yami will visit you when you return back to Konoha and hold a council meeting. Everything will be explained there. As now we see, they all returned back to the village, and a council meeting was called, and immediately the three goddesses appeared. My sister informed me that we will explain some things to you, now that we're here. Yes, we would like to know. You don't have any rights now, Minato. For everyone here. Let's get one thing clear. We are the ones who created you. Every being. We rule over you, and we can kill you if we want to. But due to some divine rules that we follow after we created them, we won't, well, strain our hands or stench our hands in your blood. So, what do? Let the prophecy play out, as it was destined to be. And the child of prophecy that was supposed to save you, which you all killed, will never return here, because he has been given the life that he deserves, after the suffering that you brought to that little life. What do you mean by that? We didn't. I saw through everything, Minato. We saw his future before you even think of it. Realizing just what kind of mistake that was made by us, we corrected it. As soon as the night he went to sleep when you lit up the flames outside Civilian Council, we took his soul away and showed him everything. And after that he decided to move on. Where? Where would he go? Why would he betray us? He betray you? Are you delusional, Minato? You betrayed him. You lied to me, Minato, said Yami. I want to know where he is. You see, like you, there was another reality where instead of you two suffering, Naruto was the one who suffered, and his soul, unfortunately, was supposed to perish. That world was supposed to be doomed because it was way too peaceful. But luckily for them, the child of prophecy that was supposed to save your twisted world is now going to save theirs. Naruto has switched his soul with that child who has died, and now lives with his parents as an image of Naruto, a grown up version of him, who was surrounded by his friends and peaceful people, and more than ever, his parents who were laughing with him, was sane as they saw him becoming the seventh Hokage, and not only that, him having a family, their grandchildren as well. Huh, that's pathetic. That fool could have worked wondrous over here. He could have had anything he wanted. He was killed because of you, girl. You demand nothing. You all are destined to be doomed. Save yourselves on your own, and do not try to contact us ever again. With that, Kami, Yami, and Shinigami left, but not before freeing Kaguya, Otsutsuki, as well as the Otsutsuki clan. You have free reign. Do your worst to them. That is my order, said Kami. Your wish is my command, Kami-sama, said Kaguya. And now, with a sinister smirk, she unleashed hell upon these people. All the while, on the other side, we see Naruto, the same kid, at the age of 10 now, while going to the academy, was having a happy life with his parents, as a little sister of his was born, who was pretty much attached to him 24/7. Her name was Mito as well. They were a happy family, and in that reality, there was no curse actually. There was never any. The Otsutsuki clans, from the beginning, have established a strong foothold and have mingled with humans, showed them the way of chakra, and because of that, there was never ever a single war. The Bijus were respected, and the elemental nations worked as a whole unit, and were quite respectful for one another. Everyone was at full peace, because they learned not ninjutsu, they learned the true ninshu from the Otsutsuki clan itself. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Mito channel as well. Well, this was another experiment of mine. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And yeah, don't worry, I will be making your stories within when as much as I can. So yeah, don't worry about that. Anyways, this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.